I blew up at my husband for lying to me about my sister and her baby leaving when he actually kicked her out. My sister Maya had just escaped the worst relationship of her life. She moved in with me and my husband Kyle, bringing her 5-month-old son Oliver. She was dealing with postpartum depression and regular depression on top of everything else. Kyle said absolutely when I asked if she could stay with us. Actually, he was the one who drove 3 hours to pick them up. For 2 weeks, everything seemed fine. Maya helped with dishes and laundry without me even asking. But then Kyle started complaining about Oliver crying at night. I mean, what did he expect from a 5-month-old baby? I suggested he wear earbuds to sleep, but he just grumbled and said forget it. Last week, I had to drive 4 hours away for my friend Jessica's funeral. Kyle said he'd stay home to keep an eye on Maya and make sure she was okay. I thought that was sweet of him, honestly. When I got back the next day, the house was completely silent. No baby sounds, no Maya humming while she folded clothes like she always did. I called out for them, but got nothing. Kyle came downstairs looking weird, kind of nervous, but trying to act casual. He told me Maya had called some friend in another town and decided to move there that morning. He handed me this crumpled letter that supposedly was from her. The whole thing felt wrong. Maya would have called me, or at least texted. We talked every day about everything. I called her phone about 20 times. No answer. Kyle said she must have left it behind because he found it on the kitchen counter. That made zero sense. Maya never went anywhere without her phone, especially with a baby. I started calling our relatives, our Aunt Carol, our cousin Brett, even our grandma who Maya called every Sunday. Nobody had heard from her. Nobody even knew she was planning to leave. Kyle kept saying she probably just needed space and would call when she was ready. For 6 days, I barely slept. I kept thinking about Maya alone somewhere with Oliver, dealing with her depression without any support. Kyle got annoyed when I kept bringing it up. He said I was being dramatic and that Maya was a grown woman who could take care of herself. Yesterday, my phone rang from a number I didn't recognize. It was Maya, and she was crying. She told me Kyle had kicked her out the day I left for the funeral. He told her she wasn't welcome anymore and needed to take responsibility for her decisions instead of depending on us. She wasn't staying with some friend. She was at a homeless shelter downtown with Oliver. She had no money, no car, nothing. She'd been trying to figure out how to contact me without her phone. A social worker at the shelter finally let her use their phone. When Kyle got home from work, I was waiting for him in the living room. I completely lost it on him. I screamed about how he lied to my face for a week while my sister and nephew were homeless. He admitted he wrote that fake letter and hid her phone, but said it was his house too and he had a right to want peace. Peace. My sister and her baby were sleeping in a shelter, and he wanted peace. I told him I was picking them up tomorrow. He said if I brought them back, he'd change the locks while I was gone and not let me in. Like I was some stranger instead of his wife. He kept saying I was letting Maya affect our marriage and that I was choosing her over him. There's a baby involved. My nephew. I can't leave a 5-month-old baby homeless because my husband wants his precious peace and quiet. I packed a bag and we're all staying at a hotel tonight. Kyle's been texting me non-stop saying I'm being unreasonable and that he did what he had to do. Maya's feeding Oliver right now and trying not to cry, but I can see how exhausted she is. She lost 8 pounds in 6 days because she was giving most of her food to other mothers at the shelter.